Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. Today we're going to talk about investing your money in the safest way possible. And I know that at these times you might be like, Marina, why are you talking about investing? We're struggling to make money. But I feel that right now is the best time to learn about investing because you will have more time before the next recession to invest money, to allocate your funds properly so you don't struggle during the next crisis. And this is super important. And when you make mistakes, when you burn really hard, then you have more motivation to proceed and make things better. And this happened to me 2014. I was in another crisis back in Russia. It was a slightly different crisis. People could still travel. Yes, nobody had money to travel, but people could still travel. Now it's a completely different thing. The borders are closed. But we're gonna talk about your strategies, what you can do right now. So number one thing that I would advise you to do is to have an app where you track all your personal finance. For example, I have a Google Spreadsheet where every month I would sit down and calculate how much money I made from every single source of income that I have, how much money I've spent. And I would also analyze, for example, maybe this month I've spent too much on makeup or too much on medical bills, and I would plan my next months accordingly because I don't want to be over my budget. And there are certain limits for every kind of expense. For example, I think that you cannot pay more than 20% of your income for your rent. Every month you would need to set aside around 10 to 20% for your retirement because, for example, I come from a country where you don't rely on the government for your retirement, and the same is here in the US. Yes, you will get some retirement money from the government, but you won't be able to sustain your current lifestyle on that money. Yes, you can get that money and go somewhere, in the middle of nowhere, rent a small house and live a different lifestyle, but many of us we want to retire in style. We want to travel. We want to enjoy our lives. And right now is the best time to start thinking about it because of compound interest. You know how it works? So this is basically why I've started investing, because a couple months ago I read Tony Robbins' book Money, and it wasn't like I really didn't enjoy that book too much because at first he was like, you should decide for yourself who to use and what to do, but then he started advertising companies that he's affiliated with. So I was like a little skeptical about that book. But what I really liked about it is that it had this graph where it showed the power of compound interest. I'm going to show you a different graph, but it illustrates the same situation. So let's take two people. One person is Tom and another person is Jack. So Tom invested £1,575 this year, and Jack is going to invest the same amount of money but in 10 years. And they're going to put it into stocks or an index fund that grows 5 to 7% a year. And guess what's going to happen in 40 years for Tom and 30 years for Jack? Tom is going to make $11,000 out of those 1,500 something. Jack is going to make $6,800 only. This is the power of compound interest. So the earlier you start, the better. The safest investment strategy, I wouldn't even call it investment, but savings accounts. I haven't done that for a while because I thought, well, the interest rates are not that high, but if you hold your money in cash like that at home, or they're on your checking accounts, which is almost the same because they don't work for you, you just lose money, lose its value to inflation, because every year they would lose like 1%, 2% depending on how high the inflation is, or maybe it's different in where you are. But it is really, really important that you keep your money on savings accounts. Moreover, there are a lot of deals going on right now. For example, I started a savings account with Capital One, and they give you $100 for every $10,000 you put on their savings account, $500 max. LA Bank gives you a maximum bonus of $250 when you start a savings account with them. Marcus by Goldman Sachs gives you 1.7%, Capital One 1.5%, LA Bank 1.5%, but Capital One and LA Bank have those additional bonuses. It is still a lot better than just having money sitting on your checking accounts. Also, it's really smart to have money worth of 6 to 9 months of your living expenses in the accounts that you can easily access. I would call them liquid assets, and savings account is one of them because you can quickly withdraw your money and not lose the interest rate that you accrued. It's also good to have an app or a website where you track everything that's going on with your accounts. I have Personal Capital, for example, and I can see how much I'm spending, how much I'm making on my investments. You can use Mint or you can use any other app just to visually represent what's going on with your financial situation. Now let's talk about the actual investing. I personally invest in index fund with Vanguard, and my index fund is called VT-SAX. Basically what they've done in Vanguard, they took a lot of different stocks, like stocks of the companies who are in media, who are in technology, who are in construction, oil, and they've created this pool of stocks that basically mimics the market because it's so diversified. So if the market grows 5 to 7%, then this index fund would grow pretty much the same. And the thing here is that my culture of investing is to invest a small amount of money every single month because I don't want to track the market all the time. Yes, we all know that we're in the recession right now, probably good time to buy, but when I buy, people would text me, no, it's too early, wait. I don't care. Like, my strategy is just buying every single month. And by the way, last month I invested $3,000. Now I have $3,200 in my account, so I made some money. But I'm not getting overexcited about it because I know that very soon the market's gonna go down again and I'm gonna lose those 200. But over time, over the period of 3 or 4 years, it's just gonna grow, which is amazing. So this is my strategy, investing small amount of money every single month, and this way I can beat the fluctuations that are happening in the market. You can totally find other index funds. I just decided that I'm gonna use Vanguard. You can find all the links below, and by the way, this video is not sponsored by any of these apps. I wish they reached out, but they haven't yet. So Vanguard is a good place to start if you want to invest in index funds. The last but not the least, I've also invested in stocks, but I haven't invested a lot. I just started playing with that market because my husband said, well, let's buy some Formula One stocks because he's a race driver and he says Formula had to stop their season, they're losing a lot of money, so probably stocks are going down, the value of companies going down, good time to buy. So I got some Formula One stocks, I got some General Electric stocks, I got some other company stocks, but the thing with buying stocks is that you really need to track the market. For example, with Tesla, that was growing really fast at some period of time and then lost a lot of its value. You know, you just have to be in the market and anticipate these things coming. I don't like to do that. Again, my strategy is to buy and hold, but you also need to think which companies you invest in because, for example, Apple, you know, they have been amazing, but I don't really want to invest in them right now because they haven't done anything really outstanding in the past few years compared to what they've done before. We don't really wait for the new iPhone that much. There are no lines. So making great products, but I don't think they're actually changing the world around us. They used to, but I think not right now. You can disagree with me, it's just my opinion. Amazon, on the other hand, I believe that it's gonna grow, but again, right now I'm a little skeptical because I've been using Amazon over the past 2 weeks and it's been a pretty weird experience when they tell you that they're gonna deliver in 2 hours, but in fact, they deliver in 2 weeks. So with stock investing, you really need to be interested in what's going on in the market, but if you really wanna try it out, I use Webull, and I will leave a link below that will give you 2 free stocks, and I'm gonna get 2 free stocks, which is pretty cool. Win-win. So you can try and invest as much as like $50 and see what's gonna happen. Just, you know, get into this culture of investing. And I'm impressed that a lot of people here in San Francisco are really into investing. A lot of them have either a Robinhood app, which has been crashing in the past few weeks. A lot of them have Webull, and a lot of them make their investments because they don't want to rely on, you know, the government when they retire. So I highly recommend you to do your own research. At least start a couple of savings accounts this week or buy a couple of stocks, because once you get into it, you will be more interested in the topic, and this means a more secure future for you. I cannot buy real estate right now because I don't have a lot of cash, but if I did, I would totally look into real estate market in the next few months. That was it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that was useful. I know this is a new topic for my channel, so I would really appreciate if you would take a minute and comment down below whether that's interesting for you, and ask me additional questions and share your opinion on investing. Do we have this community of people here who want to learn how to invest? Because if we do, I would really love to share my investing journey with you. I would really love to document it, because right now I only have 5K invested in stocks and index funds, but maybe in a year this situation changes and I really want to document the whole journey. So let me know down in the comments below what you think. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, there is a red button down below. Hit subscribe and like this video if you've enjoyed the content. Thank you so much. I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye bye.